Lorrie Morgan, welcome to the Music Universe.
Thank you.
Your show was fantastic today
Thank you.
here in Frederick, Maryland. You are no perfect to the record still, which is incredible. You are fantastic.
Well, thank you. Oh my God. I'm glad you came up here because I love that.
Well, it was wonderful to see the show. You talked in the show a little bit about having so many hits throughout the years and getting whittled down so you can tell your wonderful stories. How do you make a set list for your tour?
It's really hard because you know that some of the '90s fans are there, and then there's some young kids that really don't really know your story, don't really know your songs,
Mhm.
and you do want to you want to promote your new records, and you want to promote your new self, I guess, to an older crowd, however, and a younger crowd. But we work on it together. Most of the time, my band leader is like, "No, you need to do this one. You haven't done this one in a long time." And I'm like, "But I need to record. I need to show the new album stuff." You just kind of you toss them and you turn them. And sometimes you do a lot of them, and sometimes you just feel the need to promote new stuff. So, and hopefully people will gravitate to whatever you do, and that's what you got to hope for.
Well, I loved it, and I love the new stuff as
Thank
well.
you.
Dead Woman Walking, correct?
Dead Girl.
Dead Girl Walking. Tell me about that record.
Well, it's a song written by Kelly Lane.
Love Kelly.
Yeah, she wrote the song, and I heard it years ago. I went to see her at Third and Lindsley or somewhere like that. And she was showcasing a lot of her stuff that she had written. And she played Dead Girl Walking. And I was like, oh my God, that is and I've written a lot with Kelly and Mark, my piano player tonight. We did a whole album called, oh my gosh. Oh gosh, I can't even remember the name of the album. However, I'm a big fan of Kelly's writing. And so anyway, when it came time to do this album, the first two songs she pitched me, I cut both from this album. One was, I think it's Jesus, and the other one is Dead Girl Walking. So
Really lovely. Really lovely song, too. It's wonderful to listen to.
well, and it hits home with anybody who's ever had a broken heart. And I kind of make a joke about it. I talk about it as, I'm getting older and blah, 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 blah. And then I go right into Dead Girl Walking, which kind of lets people know that it's a great song. It's not just a joke. I mean,
Yeah.
because I've been there. I've been that dead girl walking many times.
Really is, like you said, real country music.
Yeah.
Gets you, splits your heart open in two.
It's got different chords, different musical or instrumentation, but in all, it's all country.
I want to ask about, because I feel like everything we do in that show is so intentional. And there's one story, because you went right into it, that I'm dying to hear. And that's how Ode to Billy Joe ended up in your set list.
Well, it's on my album. One of the last albums Richard produced on me. Richard Landis passed away. He's my great friend and producer. He produced Something in Red, and Watch Me, and Except for Monday, and all that. And he actually co-produced Dead Girl Walking. But the one before that was called Letting Go Slow. And we just came up with that song like we needed another song. And I was like, hey, y'all remember the song Billy Joe McAllister's of Tallahassee, Ode to Billy Joe? And a couple of musicians said, yeah, man, I remember that. And some of them were like, no. Well, I played it for Richard. He about died. He was like, oh my God, this is a great song.
Fits your voice really well.
Oh, I love it. And I'm a big Bobby Gentry fan. Big, huge Bobby Gentry fan. And so we just decided there at the spur of the moment we were going to do Ode to Billy Joe.
She is, I think, country music's greatest mystery. And
She's a jewel.
Yeah.
Hidden jewel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met her? Have you ever had a chance?
Never had a chance to meet her. I met a person who worked with her all the time. He used to come to my shows in Vegas and blah, blah, blah. He said, I won't bring Bobby out, but she's kind of reclusive
Yeah.
and very to herself. But I love her. Anybody who was brought up in this business who doesn't know Bobby Gentry and her material and how hot she was like a model. She's like a Nancy Sinatra kind of looking thing.
Exactly.
And I loved her. I love her to this day. I love her.
Well, you're in good company because Reba, who of course, had a big hit with Fancy. Has never met her.
Fancy.
Yeah, never, ever met her.
No,
Never spoke to her on the phone.
no,
No, she's just,
it don't matter. She's
Yeah.
just here. I'm giving you this music and have fun with it.
and another thing, last time we talked was before a big milestone for your family. Hadn't happened yet, but seeing you tonight, seeing you do two of Keith's songs, hit home for me. Now that he's in the Hall of Fame, how do you feel? How are you feeling?
Elated, blessed. Keith deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer. I mean,
Well, so is Lorrie Morgan.
hey, thank you. But I mean, he really is. He turned a lot of people on to country music.
Yeah.
And I think that's a part of what being a member should be. I mean, a lot of people started loving country music when they heard Keith Whitley. And when they called us about Keith becoming a member, I was like, yeah, right. It's kind of like people tell you things that really don't always come true, but we were so elated for Keith because he never knew how great he was. He never knew it. He always doubted himself. And it's, I've got the plaque hanging in the house and it's just so happy for him. And that's what his mom always wanted, God rest her soul, Faye. And his only living sibling is Dwight, who's so proud of him. And of course, his children.
Yeah. Well, the reason I bring it up is talk about Keith Whitley with Lorrie Morgan, but to actually give you your dues on that because it takes a special kind of person to say, okay, I'm an artist, I have my thing going on, but I'm going to work to honor this legacy of this person that
I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Keith Whitley. No, it's the truth.
Really?
I've tried so many times to get a record deal, and I just kind of gave up. They made me a member of the Grand Ole Opry in 1984, and I was happy with that. I was happy being a stay-at-home mom, going out to meet Keith on the road, doing the Opry on the weekends and blah, blah, blah. And Keith said, no, you need a record deal. And he's the one who absolutely called Blake Mevis, who was producing him at the time, and said, no, we've got to get Lorrie a record deal. We've got to go in and do a spec session on her. And I was like 8 months pregnant. And we went in and did I Told You So and a couple other songs I don't remember. And it was the second time I was pitched to RCA. But Keith took it. He said, this is the best female singer I've ever heard. And Joe Galante signed me. And had it not been for Keith, things could have turned a whole different way for me. But I was happy being where I was, with Keith. But he was the one who insisted, no, you need a record. You need a record deal. And so that was how I became part of the RCA family. Is that Keith believed in me so much that Joe Galante heard me probably for the first time.
That's amazing. I know we only have a few more minutes left, 5 more minutes, but I want to get back to you. What's next? You have the new record out. What else is percolating in that very creative brand?
You kidding me? I don't have time enough to tell you what's percolating. But I want to do a gospel album. My dad and my mom love gospel music. We're Catholics, but we love the old mountain gospel stuff. I mean, I love the Isaacs. Oh my God. I love the Isaacs and the gospel music and just the tradition of it. And so my next venture is to do a gospel album with my band. My band. Period. I mean, I'm not hiring the session pickers and so, even though they've been great, they've been great to me all these years. But I've got the best band I've ever had
Wow.
in my life. So we're going to go in and do that, and then probably I will do another album with my band, and just a new adventure for us all. I want to step out, step out on the sides that I've never been on before.
You doing gospel? That's wonderful.
It would be, I mean, I'm telling you, and I've got quite a few of the songs picked. But you know what I love? I love to listen to them old AM stations.
Yeah.
Oh, Sunday mornings, and they play them old gospel songs, and I'm like, oh my God, I want to do that song so bad. So that's kind of where I get my inspiration.
That's really wonderful. You're also on the road with Pam Tillis. I have a couple of days with her, especially coming up in Vegas.
Yeah.
Are those still, as you said on stage tonight, are those still acoustic shows?
Yes.
Wow.
They are. They're all acoustic, and we have a great time. I found throughout the years, she has a sick sense of humor like I do. I mean, we're absolutely crazy sometimes. And I just talked to her today on the phone, and we help each other a lot, via phone. The road life gets a little lonely, crazy, confusing, and so we talk to each other a lot. It was great to work on stage with each other because I know the nights that she's feeling kind of down, and she knows the nights that I'm feeling. So we pick up for each other on those nights, and it's just it's a good feeling. We know we got a Pam and Lorrie date coming up. It's like, okay, this is something, and it breaks up the monotony,
I would love just to plant this as one of the million seeds that you have growing. I would love a Pam and Lorrie acoustic live album. How awesome would that be? That would
take about 84 years. Now.
No.
Nothing's ever right. No, let me tell you something. I did an album with Pam. Two albums with Pam. She's a perfectionist. I'm a perfectionist, but I like kind of the raw stuff.
Sure.
Not the so much perfect, in tune pitch. But I like the old stuff we used to cut, when songs were hit songs before they were tuned.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's okay if there's a little pitchy thing going on.
Lorrie Morgan, seeing you tonight just makes me want to see you again and again. We got here late. I missed Watch Me.
What?
I'm kicking myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me kick you.
But I've seen you do it on the Opry, so that makes up for it. And I guess I'll close with this. Every time you play the Opry, I think, and I actually think you said this from the stage, but correct me if I'm wrong, you close with Something in Red. Is there a particular reason that is the song you have to play?
Well, I'm going to
the
have
Opry?
to correct you on
Sure, correct me, I'm wrong.
I don't always close the Opry with Something Red, and I don't
Sure.
always play it
Okay.
on the Opry.
Yeah.
It takes special times, special moments. I feel that it's time to put Something in Red back on the Opry.
Yeah.
Or like my Ruby anniversary, we did Something in Red. I mean,
Yeah.
but
I was there. That's the one
Yeah.
it was. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
But there's Something Red is my gem. Excuse my referral there, but it's my gem. It's something that I had a hard time loving at first when I first heard it, and it's a song that actually made my career. It wasn't number one, but it sold more albums for me than any song I ever recorded.
It's wonderful. You're wonderful. The show was fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us on the bus.
You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Lorrie Morgan, thank you.
God bless.
God bless you.
Thank you.